goes. Call to order the regular common council meeting, Tuesday, January 3rd, 7 p.m. Roll call.
Braun,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Candy Davis,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Paul Davis, Burdick,
Yes. Paul Davis is excused. Next item is pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Confirmation of appropriate meeting notice.
Meeting notices were posted on Thursday, December 29th at the library, the post office, the city hall, and the city website.
Thank you. Council acceptance of agenda.
I'm recommending we move because of a conflict for Chief Pickering. He's gonna have to leave the meeting. I would suggest that we move his update on the fire district to the first under committee reports.
Would that be a motion?
And that will be my
And
motion,
accept as
accept the
amended?
agenda as amended. Yes, thank you.
Also, right. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of amending the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Next item is personal appearances. I know Mr. Hinkle, are you here to say something?
Yes, I am. Have you heard?
Right now.
Thanks, Keith. Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Guy Hinkle and I live at 107 West Watson Street. Okay, I lived there for over 30-some years. We had sewer problems and they fixed the road. I mean, they fixed the sewer problem. When they added the new complex at the end of the road, they put the level of the sewage pipe at a lower level, so the sewage does not flow. It sits there. So the sewer gas flows up the pipe to the highest point, which is my house, comes into my road, into my house. Which makes it very dangerously and very unhealthy. They come out and blow it out, but sometimes it doesn't, it backs up and it still comes in my home. So I had a talk with the mayor and administrator about it. But I want to bring this up in front of the city council. We have a problem. Because the roofs at that point of the level is over, probably a little over a foot lower than at the highest spot on the street. And the sewage does not flow uphill. I don't know what else to say.
And we can't really discuss it because it's not on the agenda, so appreciate you letting everyone know here. And we will continue to monitor the situation. And do what we can.
The health department told me to come here and express, go in front of the council, and let them know about the problem.
We'll get it referred to the Public Works and we'll take care of it, or just get back to you on it. We'll look into it and get back to you.
It is public works.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Nothing scheduled. It'll be the utility probably.
The sewage comes in and the furnace picks it up and it blows it all the way to the house. I had granddaughters over and it makes me sick. Also makes me sick. And I have to open the back doors and I put a fan downstairs in the basement to blow it out.
When did it happen? When did this first occur?
When they put the big complex in down there,
What is it?
right?
The apartments at the end of Lott Street. Reinhardt building.
Oh, okay.
And then again, we can't discuss it.
We
can't now, but-
No, general question, general question. Okay.
All right, just bring it up to your attention. Put it on record.
We'll look into it for you, sir. Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And contact information.
I believe so. Contact information, we got it. I believe we have that, yep. Thank you. I want to leave that up there. I know Sarah's here to speak.
No, just kidding.
I want to record her.
Hi, sir.
Good evening. I'm Sarah Williams, Executive Director of Edgerton Outreach, and I just wanted to come and address the council before it's in the paper, but Edgerton Outreach was awarded a federal grant with the help of Mark Hokian's office for $700,000 for 210. So we're local, it's so exciting, so I just wanted to know before it went in the paper. Well, then, so right now, our next steps, we're waiting, the little like hiccup that we're having right now is getting our builder's risk insurance, but we're assuming that's gonna come through the next 2 weeks-ish. They'll start with the abatement process, and then after that, it's full construction.
Great.
There it
And
is.
we are watching.
Yeah, we are.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Okay, anyone else? Let's move on to the minutes from December 19th.
Motion to approve December 19th council minutes.
Second.
Any corrections or additions? Hearing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Bid reports.
Fire
Fire
district.
district.
That's me. Oops. You've got it in front of you. Pointing out, obviously, a large green print. 123 calls for the month of December. That is an all-time record, and it's almost 10% higher than the last previous record, which was set the month before. So, and in the first 2 days of this year, we're already at 11 calls in 2 days. So, and the trend seems to be continuing. 1,197 calls for the year, about 9% over where we were last year, and you can kind of see the breakdown. We did have a couple of structure fires. I'll talk about them in a second. One in the city, one out in the township. So our average response, first unit on scene, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Obviously, it was on scene in the city incident much quicker than it was in the one out in Albion. That's pretty good average when you're trying to cover 100 square miles. Municipality wise, Edgerton had 64 of the calls, average response time 4 minutes and 44 seconds. Year to date, so all of 2022, 4 minutes and 33 seconds. So we're very, very proud of that. Inspections comes down to certifying the 2% dues issue. We had all 719 inspections completed. Thank heavens this year we weren't doing one of them on New Year's Eve, which was last year. Staffing, just a lot of stuff going on, obviously, with the integration. A couple of things we're adding, and this is, well, again, there's a lot of stories behind all this. We're adding shift captains, so there will be an officer on duty 24/7, 365. Interviews for those candidates tomorrow, Thursday, and next Monday. We had 9 applications, 5 of which rose to the top and, pretty much met all the criteria. There was a couple that were, if you will, fishing exercises, but we got 5 good candidates to look at. So kind of happy about that. And as of last Friday, we had 20. I'm not using the word applications because we developed a custom process for the Milton employees. We didn't think it was right to say you have to reapply for your job. But we created an integration process that allowed us to do background checks and that kind of stuff. But we have 20 of the existing Milton employees that have already filled out their paperwork and everything. So it's a pretty good number at this point as well. On the back, a whole bunch going on within the budget. I think I've commented a couple of times. We've got a real backlog with Medicare, Medicaid, that we're trying to sort our way through. The number at the bottom, as of the end of November, we don't have the December revenue numbers yet, so I don't have an updated December number. But we're about 23,000 in the red. If you remember, when we did the salary increases and everything, we projected that we'd probably be about 32,000. So we've made up some of that ground, just not all of it yet. Depending on the revenues, because obviously November was a huge month, December, but we normally don't see the revenue is usually delayed by about about 4 or 5 months. So I'm not expecting that number to get a lot better. I'm hoping it gets a little better, but I'm not expecting it to get a lot better at this point. Significant events, and a significant house fire out in the town of Albion. Young lady, very, very fortunate to have gotten out alive. And so we're happy about that, but that house was, it was a outhouse on an existing property that had multiple houses on it. That particular building was a total loss. The one in the city was actually a vent fan over, the fan itself was over a bathroom, but the vent tube had gone out over a part of the house and it set part of the attic on fire. Guys had a great knockdown and did a nice job. So that one was relative, I mean, very minor, quite honestly, in terms of what it could have been if somebody hadn't detected it.
Question.
Yeah.
The Albion one, that was the one on County W,
That was the County W.
past Coachman's,
Well, yeah, past Coachman's.
and they
Yes.
made it there in less than 11 minutes.
Yes.
So that's pretty good.
Yes, in the middle of the night. That call came into us at 3:06 a.m. First unit was on scene in 10 minutes, I think in 57 seconds. Yeah, something like that. Oh, yeah, no, phenomenal response. And the other thing we track is the national standards, which is there's 2 standards. First unit on scene in under 5 minutes, right? 15 people on scene within 10 minutes. That one's a little harder for us, right? Because it takes the automatic aid from Milton and in this case Stoughton to get to that number. But yeah, and that was, I think, 22 below at the point in time that we pulled up on scene. So those guys did a heck of a job. They really did. I know, yeah, Bob sort of can relate to this, right? I mean, the guys that are out there working in this stuff are just, it is brutal. But they, they know what their job is. Oh, and then probably the most important thing on any piece of paper that I've handed to the city of Edgerton in 12 months, I'm waiting to see if Ramona smiles. The DOR did not rule in our favor initially related to CPI +2 eligibility, which would have been very detrimental to the city of Edgerton, city of Milton, town of Milton. We took a very aggressive stance, polite, I think, but aggressive, at pointing out to them where we didn't believe that they were using the right interpretation. Took a little bit of documentation and a lot of work by a lot of people, Ramona being one of them. And in the end, we got DOR to agree that they would accept our interpretation.
Awesome.
So I don't know if I should quote Ramona, but let's just say that it doesn't happen very often that you get DOR to back up. So again, my compliments to Ramona and Al Hulick and everybody that worked on it to put together a pretty compelling case that proved to them that, yes, you are eligible. So, other than that, a couple things broke, a couple things got fixed. It's kind of the normal stuff.
Wonderful, huge numbers there, chief. That's
Oh,
impressive.
the numbers are nuts. I mean, they really are. So we had 1 day, 10 calls in 1 day. So.
And we never had to turn down a call? Or were there?
No, I can't say that. Hang on, we have. 11 simultaneous calls during the month, and I believe 2 of those had to be covered by mutual aid ambulances. One of them I happen to know, it was the 3rd request. So we had 2 covered. When we got the 3rd request on top, we just didn't have enough EMTs to cover the 3rd request, so. Yep.
Impressive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How long you look-
By the way, thank you for letting me come in.
well, just a question, how long you looking at 7.3 being out of service?
It is going into diagnostics tomorrow. It actually had to be towed down to Gordy Boucher. It's the high pressure side of the oil system, which is, you know, everybody will attest that. That's one you don't mess around with, right? Because if that goes out, you're gonna blow an engine. So Gordy Boucher rearranged their schedule. They got us in. It's gonna be looked at tomorrow.
If it's done tomorrow afternoon, I'll be there. I can pick it up.
Okay, all right.
I get to work at Siren.
I should actually comment, because there was one point during the month where we were down to only 1 ambulance. Because we are part of both Rock County, Dane County, and Jefferson County, we have access to 2 reserve ambulances that are held by Dane County. And so the day that we got down to only 1 ambulance, we went and got the reserve from Dane County. And so that's just, it's a nice feature to have, you know, in case you have those bad days, which we seem to have once in a while. So.
And with 743, kind of, we still have 2 ambulances.
Yes, yeah, right now we have the other 2 in service. Yeah.
And we will be meeting in January for a monthly board meeting. We have to move the date by maybe a couple days, but we'll be doing that. And then starting February 1st,
Yes.
we start our monthly board meetings with our new entity group, our new 5 that will be sitting on the board also. So we will become a board of 11 instead of 6. So there you go. That's
actually very exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go up to finance.
Okay, we announcement this evening at 6:45. Motion to approve a final change order for RT Box for the regional storm pond and Marshview Court Street and utility improvement project, which is a decrease of $29,700.41.
Second.
Motion and second to approve the final change order for RT Fox. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Braun.
Yes.
Langen.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Burdick.
Yes,
Motion passes.
Motion to approve final pay request for RT Fox for the regional storm pond and Marshview Court Street and utility improvement project in the amount of $16,169.03.
I'll second. Motion and second to pay RT Fox for the final payment. Marshview Court. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Burdick.
yes,
Braun.
Yes.
Langen.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve bills and payroll in the amount of $347,819.91.
I'll second.
Motion second to pay the bills. Any questions on the bills? Hearing none, roll call.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Braun.
Yes.
Langen.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Burdick.
yes,
Motion passes.
Motion to approve City of Edgerton Resolution 01-23, 2023 salary resolution.
I'll second. Motion and second to approve the salary resolution. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Candy Davis.
Yes.
Shaw.
Yes.
Burdick.
yes,
Braun.
Yes.
Langen.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Motion to approve declaring the plow truck and the utility pickup as surplus and setting a minimum bid of $3,000 for the plow truck and $500 for the utility pickup.
Second.
Motion and a second to the trucks surplus. Any discussion? Not roll call.
Andy Davis,
Yes.
Ron,
Yes.
Langen,
Yes.
Shaw,
Yes.
Burdick,
Yes.
Motion passes.
And that's it for finance.
Thank you. Planning commission. Yep, Mr. Young.
Planning commission minutes 6:39, adjourned at 6:32 and 26 seconds, but we move to make a motion to approve the extraterritorial land division for Hurd on East Hurd Road, section 22 in the town of Fall.
Approve the exterior land division. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Your all person staff reports. I have nothing. Anybody else? Motion to adjourn then.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion to second to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Thank you.